case, something like this. We must predict the exact mean of negative quantum. So our goal was to participate in the real challenge and improve our machine learning skills. Our challenge is already over, and you can see our results. So our results is close to 0.99, but in real life, a lot of different participants get the same results or much more. So we just in the first quarter of participants, we achieved the 25 best persons of the paper. Yeah. The result is close to our result, but that's just kind of sign of all the results are close. So all participants came to the maybe to the state of the art of prediction in this moment. So some words about how we did it. The idea of classical speech understanding is next. So see, we have 3 steps. First step is to tokenize our text to any tokens. Doesn't matter how and doesn't matter which tokens. The second is to get the vector of numbers from this tokens list, and after to make a prediction. And this is, of course, the most important and interesting stuff. But the first is quite important. So, yeah. There is some different approaches of for all these 3 steps, and I'll speak a little about all of this. First of all, tokenizing. Anyway, of course, you can just split your text by the white space and just make kind of words which just works. But this is not the best idea. Actually, you can apply tokenizer, stammer, and so on to get a best representation of your tokens. And after then you have a kind of chain of words of tokens of your comment, you can process it in a different way. For example, you can code it like a bag of words. I don't know if anybody knows it or not, but it's very simple. You just count all the different words, and if you meet with any specific word in your specific comment, you just put 1 to the place of this word. So how you get the vector of zeros and ones. So work to that, the idea of neural networks approach, and a lot of different ideas, which explanation of which will take a lot of time. But the best result was achieved with TF-IDF, which we learned in the different classes. And algorithms, yes, we can use any algorithm which we want, but we tried the classical algorithms, and also we tried to apply the neural networks algorithms, which give us the best results. And the winner of this competition also applied the neural networks approach. So well, it was pretty cool. Yeah, about simple approaches. We tried the this list of algorithms like naive Bayes, logistic regression, decision trees, random forest, and XGBoost. I think almost all these names you know, except maybe XGBoost, but this is a kind of other type of forests, not random forest, but prediction forest. And the result was almost the same, and it's important to notice what in this approach, this result was received in the application to the just simple splitting of text without any tokenizing. the result was the same, so we decided to try our models in the most simple model, which may make a fastest prediction. This is logistic regression. So the next slide about tokenizing. So, as already said, let me make your result very, very better. So tokenization is you just how to say, you just delete the end of word like this, and you get this kind of sense of word. You process word to the most simplest form which has a sense. As I know, has a kind of official definition of this term, but I think it's quite understandable. And the result of tokenizing was quite good for the classical algorithms. This is our best result for the tokenizing and for application of the FID. So about word embeddings, that was quite good idea to apply. Some of researchers show us what that may improve our score dramatically good, but in our case that doesn't happen. I don't know why. It didn't just experience. Word connect haven't helped us, and result became worse. So here are some slides about neural networks which we tried to apply to our task. Our main networks engineer was Eden. It's bad that he is not here. I hope when he will come, he will kind of continue our explanation, maybe in the second part of our lesson. I don't know. He will not come today. Okay, so here different kind of models which Eden tried to apply because he already has an experience of using neural networks. Maybe I am not so kind of specialist in his actions. Yeah, but he also tried the same stuff. He tried the word embedding, the FIDF, and only after that he applied the different types of neural networks with pooling dense layers, dropout layers, and then he just integrated all these models and received quite good result, but this is also quite far from the best result of competition. That result gives us the ability to come to the first 25% participants. That's what Eden learned. That slide was made by him. You can read it. Yeah. What is the LB?
Lower bound, probably.
Lower bound?
Okay. Probably.
Leaderboard.
Who's the leaderboard?
Leaderboard position.
Anyway, I think he wanted to say us what he is not so far from the best just deeper in the last side number. So, after all, I can make kind of conclusion of our presentation. So, yeah, data understanding is quite important because you make clean data, like using tokenizing and so on, and you can provide the correct tokenizing only if you know the sense of your test product. And sometimes it's important to make the data argumentation. In this case, I wrote some articles about that haven't helped. I've seen the persons who tried to make an argumentation by translation the result to the different language and after translate it back. So that he get much more data, but the result was worse. But we always should think about argumentation because, as I know, in the tests, for example, if you try to classify the features and so on. The argumentation using rotation of features is quite important, as I know. Yeah, feature engineering to improve score. That was shown by the 34th place overview topic. There are a lot of different kernels, good kernels, which everybody can read who want to understand the good ideas of installing, but this idea was feature engineering. Yeah. If you apply neural networks, you not always must to understand good the features, as also showed in the first place review topic. But somebody say what this is okay, you know. And even simple approaches can give us a good result, as our approach, for example, because even our classical approach algorithms give us only the one-to-one number of mistakes. So it's quite good for the practical life, I think. So that's all. Your questions? Maybe somebody wants to add something. Yeah.
You said about feature engineering having really for first place. What kind of features do they use first place?
First place?
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't read it. I think somebody else read it.
So they actually didn't extend it pretty much. They tried to do the implementation in the first place. They just, like, feature engineer, the guy from the 34th place, he extended the default list of features with a lot of like things like sentence length, word length, mean word length, and so on and so on. But guys in the first place, they didn't do anything like that. They actually just used different embeddings, like from blog, from Twitter, from something else, and they combined these embeddings into one list of features and put it into neural network. Their logic was they should leave the layers of the networks. So that was their approach. They didn't care much about. They didn't introduce new features based on the content. I think, from my perspective, they just could do the same approach for non-textual competition. Like images, they just put the same list of layers, and they will get pretty good results.
What's embedding?
Scroll back.
Embedding.
No, word embedding.
Yes, that's what is embedding.
Oh yeah, that's a model. I don't know. Maybe I can draw it if you want. But anyway, this is just an idea how you can represent your text, your word in the sense of numbers. How you can make the word numbers. So how we can apply it? We
It's basically the second step on the first picture. It's in the first slide, right?
oh yeah. Oh. Yes. You just apply neural networks and you take the result of prediction your word in the middle of neural network. So in the middle of neural network, you have numbers with lower dimension. So this is how you represent your word like just numbers. It's better to draw it or not just read
I know.
the simple stuff.
I just didn't know the word.
Yes.
So what's in the first place?
Well, they take
is the feature.
yes, there are existing embedding lists. Like you can download a model, ask for conversion, and it will represent the word as a vector. And we tried basically the same approach. We tried TF-EDF to represent the vectors, and we tried word-to-vector to represent the vectors. But the guys from the first place, they just combined those two lists and they just tried one list, feed it to logistic regression, get the result. You take the second list, feed it to logistic regression, get results, and basically consider that's the best result. They just combined the lists and added few more vectors from different conversion tools. And they got a huge list of features and just like put it into neural networks. And they do not really think a lot about the content of the competition. They really do not care much about the text in general. they just like, okay, let's convert it into vectors and check out what the neural network can do.
And some words about word embedding, actually. You get a representation of your word according to the huge collection of the text of language which you use.
So you use
Right?
pre-trained.
Yes, it's a pre-trained model, and you just ask it to give you the numbers from the middle of your network, which was trained on the huge collection.
What kind of pre-training model did you use?
Can
Can you repeat your question?
Which one of these range models did you use?
WordSpec, it was like, WordSpec is divided into two parts. It's about schemograms and it's about CBO,
Yes.
So it was about CBO.
No, I didn't mean that. I mean that it's better to use WordSpec models when they are pre-trained for the main corpus of texts. And there are different models with
No, it was
different
huge corpus. It was very stupidly, like very stupid approach. It was just like, take it,
Is it just Gensim?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
No pre-training.
no.
But I think Gensim is pre-trained, no?
No.
No?
It's not.
Just kind of try to predict the.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the problem. When
Okay, it's better to try different models, and
I was.
I hope word embedding must get much more better result, and yeah, if you will use the pre-trained model. I think if you will get a pre-trained model, the result will be much better. Yeah.
What was the scoring metric?
This is a accuracy score.
Okay, and how many labels were labels?
It was like,
Classes?
As I remember, this is
So-
the accuracy number of
yes, it
parameters.
was accuracy score.
Yeah, so you send not labels but probabilities.
Yes.
Yes, and it was local.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure it was local.
But no, I have checked it. It was accuracy score.
They changed.
Yes.
Not today, I think.
At some point.
A few days before the end, they changed. Do you remember you discussed this one?
Yes, I think, but I didn't pay much attention to the change because I had to learn so much about this competition in
Yeah.
general.
But it was local.
Okay.
But at the beginning,
Yeah, at the
it
beginning it was local.
was accuracy score.
Yeah, background.
Could you repeat me the process you use for cleaning the data?
Process of common process of training data, all the
Like cleaning, you did something about tokenizing?
like this. And but specify what will pass the best result. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. The best result was achieved by using neural networks.
So more specific.
No, but previously you did some cleanup of the text.
Yes. It was tokenizing of technology. Yes, there was the tokenizing of text by any classical tokenizers, which I think we can see in
You can also try to do sharpness cleaners, like don't convert to do not, I'm converted to I am, and so on and so forth. But he didn't like do it in a big scale. It was like only common conversion. No, he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't have an experience of working with neural networks. He was our engineer.
No. He basically took the kernel from the competition and just tried to modify the kernel. Then I talked to guys here. They said like that's the approach.
That's the best idea.
Right?
Yeah, that's good idea. That's the best idea.
Yeah.
That's the best idea for the
Basically, that was the approach. That was a suggested approach for us to take. Like find the kernel from the competition and try to adjust it to the best. And basically, the cleanup was done by some other guy, and this part was just taken from some of the kernels, and it was pretty much straightforward. I didn't try to do it on her own, for example. She tried to do the same tokenizer
About optimizing, we use some stop words and cleaning it from yeah, just clean the text like in the normal word.
But you're saying at the first point, you mix all those together, like split, tokenize, and then,
No, we tried different.
or you do one separate?
The final model, what is it? Because I didn't get it for now.
Tokenization.
Tokenization, vector representation, and putting the nail on that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is all.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions?
And what if you will not use tokenization, only word embedding without tokenization?
Words embedding without tokenization.
Yeah.
It was
90% or something like that.
Maybe with neural networks. But,
Yes, here.
Usually,
Yes, we just tried some TF-IDF optimization. So it's a word embedding, and we get results like that.
okay. So I have one notice that there is an approach when you embed words not in a space of vectors, but in a space of linear operators. And you may linear operators. You may consider not corresponding by words and vectors, but corresponding from vectors to matrices, and then extract some extra features that each word is not a vector, is a matrix, and it can differ its sense when you multiply this matrix to different things. Next time I'll give a presentation in which this approach had been applied for word embeddings, and they obtained interesting results.
Well, the frustrating part about this is that, like, neural network approach, and you didn't care much about the content.
Yeah.
Won't give. So even if guys tried really hard to introduce new features, think about what would be important for the text, and it's like.
As I understand, like it's like creating new features didn't help to get a better results.
Well, it didn't get much more like the making changes in neural networks.
And what was the size of vector space in word to vector?
Truth be told, I don't remember.
So remember the default is 100.
Default is 300.
300.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was then
I think it was
because it was like just stupidly implementing it because we had only 3 days till the deadline, and it was like
Okay.
So
Did you use
do it faster as possible. As fast
No,
as
it was
possible.
too late actually. So we just approached you like when we had some time, and you gave us access, and the competition was over. So Eden said like,
We
I don't
just
really
couldn't just
want to
take-
use it anymore because like it's over. And we were like, okay, because none of us really understand much of neural networks.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other reports?
Only we have finished.
I want to announce you that there are some new possibilities arising. One is that we have applied for government support for the Center of Machine Learning based on our university. And we're waiting for the end of April when decision will be made whether we win or not. Nevertheless, we started to work with such companies as Gazprom Neft, Novatek, and one more oil engineering company. And they are formulating different tasks for machine learning. That completely real, interesting. We'll announce you if it will be clear. And what I want to announce that next year on your program, next semester, there will be a course of entrepreneurship. And before starting this course, we have a chance to have some practice in entrepreneurship. And we suggest you to participate in such regional, and Novosibirsk is selected as pilot region for implementing this program of tutoring, tutoring or mastering scholars. And it will be supported if this year will do our best. Next year, this program will be raised to the federal level. What it consists of? It's a work with scholars to provide them support for National Technology Initiative and the Olympiad, to prepare them for big data and machine learning track profile. And we can suggest for you to participate as tutors for these school teams, to manage them, and to provide them support for becoming finalists in this Olympiad. And this activity will be based on the laboratory in Jivika, in our university. It's placed in one dormitory. They have classes, computer classes, and they will pay for your kind support course. All students, Russians and foreigners, are invited to this activity. What else? I have announced something for our seminar tutoring. Do you have questions on that? For those who are interested, I invite you to take here after seminar. We will discuss what it consists of.
For those who are interested in the mastering or
in mastering. And yeah, as for teaching, we discovered several possibilities for you to become a teacher. we started one course now by talk with Artemy Firsev, who is second year master student. He's now becoming deep learning NVIDIA Deep Learning Institute teacher, and he is on the process of certifying. And we can provide you with this support if you will pass these exams and issue you a certificate. The course on computer vision was started. The next course we suppose that we start Azure, and then after Azure machine learning. And I see a lot of demands for such kind of courses for scholars, for different people from even Yandex and Double
Is Google based, Google double.
and different companies. So you may also participate in such kind of activity. Just ask me and we'll discuss on it. And the last one, today we have a discussion with owners of DoubleWiz, and they showed us a big interest in internships, and we are on the way of unpacking this demand for internship. I suppose that 1.5 months will pass, and then we'll introduce some internships in different companies for this summer and after the summer. Yeah, and we are trying to. We announced one summer school for international students who want to come to our master program and invite those who can provide lectures in how to say to tell them something interesting topics. You may use this summer school to introduce your results if you want to broadcast it to this audience. So you're also invited to participate in this summer as teachers. That's all. Questions? Yeah, so all this activity is paid. You can earn some money.
So your scholarship program is for scholars, and you're just invited to teach.
Yeah, it's a kind of tutoring, and you, it's a field for you to manage to improve your skills of managers, and it's not too risky because it's scholars, and it's not a business, but it's a kind of business. You need to manage what the project topic need to develop with them, and how to plan their activity. They have a lot of energy, and you can manage it. It's also paid activity because parents of this course.
As I understood, if we're interested in scholarship management, we should write you, and for anything else, you will provide the full information.
Yeah,
later
for,
when it will become-
for scholars, for those who are interested, we can discuss after the end of the seminar. And after that, of course, we will have
So the topics already included. Are there any topics that should be in the course? Or
no, you can suggest your own topic if you well know what to introduce. Or this summer school, yeah?
for the scholars.
For scholars, the aim is to help them to get into NT Olympiad. Yeah, that is a thing.
And that will be in the next autumn. That will be in autumn.
That will start in May, I suppose, May, June.
May, June
This year. And next year, in February, next year, there will be final for this Olympiad. And there are some milestones in this process. It's start of October, it's first milestone, end of November, second, and February this year. And that is also possible that final will be placed here in North for this profile. Okay.
So in the summer, we can teach scholars, we can teach our postmaster students. Also, we can expect to have internships in these three big companies, and the learning programs. We do that.
Yeah, you may participate in certification program of Deep Learning Institute, and we now searching for a teacher for course that we have discovered that demand for this course, computer vision.
Neural networks, right?
And yeah, it's for neural networks, if I remember. That will be introduced next week.
Maybe. But it will start next week or
Introduced, not start.
The different options you have discussed today are all available for international students. The mastering, the certification, and the summer course.
Yeah.
Can be in English.
Yep, can be in English. If scholars know English, I suppose that will be extremely interesting.
Some of them know maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's interesting to communicate with them.
So this summer scholar project is engineering, right? English for engineering.
No,
No.
it's summer school for our students who wants to enter our master program.
So it's not scholars. It's like
It's not scholars.
they
No,
finished this one.
different program. It's
Okay.
summer school that is called data analysis for scientific business.
And what time will be this summer school? Like August?
From 1st to 22nd July.
Oh.
Okay. Professor Sebastiano will write some lectures.
Yep.
So the main problem is that like in June we have exams, and in July we have this school, and we don't have like time for some internships. Yeah. Rest it's not
Yeah,
a
you
big problem.
just for us. You may choose.
Yeah. I just thought that we can do that.
And for this summer school, I'd ask you for from 4 to 8 hours of your lectures. And for 2 hours is also possible. Can you give some lecture for 2 hours? That's enough. Okay. Thank you. See you next time.
Я посчитаю.